My best friend's mistress doesn't know he's actually broke. My wife's reaction to the whole thing is making me want to leave her. This is OKOP, the home of the craziest stories on earth. I'm Sam, and John, Ashley, Taryn.
Hi.
Do you think this is worth leaving about?
No.
No.
Yeah, just off rip. Very little information.
Zero context. Go.
No.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, there is only one way to find out. Spill that tea!
No, I wasn't ready. Can we do it again?
Let's do it.
I jumped so hard. I was like,
Well, there's only one way to find out. Spill that tea! And I'd also like to introduce our beautiful guests from their podcast, Unsolicited Advice. Can you actually give a little quick intro about your pod?
Yeah. So our podcast is Unsolicited Advice with Ashley and myself, Taryn. And we just have listeners write in and give us stories that they want advice on, or they just want to start a discussion about.
Bumps into the bike really hard, and so the car ends up hitting the center divider. That car flips.
And we give our unprofessional advice.
Unprofessional, professional.
Exactly.
Unprofessional, but highly professional.
I mean, we're in a studio. This is pretty professional.
That's what I'm saying.
I look professional.
Yes.
And like our show, you would definitely like theirs. So go check it out. But let's get into the story.
Let's do it.
My male 41. So this is the author. Best friend Jack, male 41, since kindergarten cheated on his wife, Anna, female 39, with a girl half his age, Max, female 25. So Max is the mistress.
Ew.
Gotta love it.
Ew.
Ick. That's an ick.
Gross.
Is that an ick, dating someone like much younger than you, or like if like a woman is dating someone like 20 years older, is that an ick?
It depends how old you are. I feel like once you cross like 30, it's not as weird,
Doesn't
but
matter.
younger, it's weird.
Great point.
Younger
Yeah.
is very weird.
Anna is one of the best human beings I've ever met. So Anna, his wife.
Best friend's wife.
She's very beautiful, kind, and caring. She's very successful, too. When Jack met her, the best friend, he was so in love with her that he wrote an ironclad prenup just to be with her. So he's like,
What
I'm
does
gonna lock
that
this
mean?
down.
So did
If they
she
divorce,
demand
She
it?
gets everything.
She gets everything.
She gets everything.
Got it.
Because he's like, hey, I'm not after you for your money. I'm just here for love.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's the rich one.
She's the rich one.
He's got nothing to his name.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and then in other words, Jack has nothing to his name. He met Max, the mistress, on a work trip, and it was then he cheated on Anna, his wife.
Trash.
The affair lasted for 2 months until Max made an ultimatum, Max the mistress, to leave his wife for her.
Oof.
And we love how every great relationship starts with an ultimatum.
Oh, yes.
That's what we
Always
know.
works.
That's a good sign.
Jack refused and tried to end the affair, so Max told Anna everything. This broke Anna beyond repair, and she told Jack that she couldn't forgive him. They're in the process of divorcing now, and Jack lives in a small studio apartment near his work. And Jack has lost all hope with, Anna and any reconciliation. So he started seeing Max again. Now they're officially dating. So I have a quick question for you. Is it worse that he is seeing the mistress after there's no reconciliation?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, worse for who? Because for the mistress, like for me, if I told a guy like, you got to choose me or nothing, and he's like, sorry. And then when that failed, he's like, I'm back.
Guess what? I love
I'd be
you.
like, no.
Yeah, that's
Liar.
wild that she was down with that, actually.
Yeah, it is wild.
Yeah.
And she sounds ballsy because she was like, hey, you got to leave your wife for me. So she sounds bold.
Yeah.
But then
She
take
knows
him.
what she wants, but like, does she want a cheater? Like, come on.
Put an ICU in the comments if you see what's coming. I got a hunch.
You got a hunch?
I got a hunch,
You
but
got
I'm
a
going to let it
hunch.
play out.
Okay. My wife, Pat, female 32, knows all the details. So the wife of OP, the author.
Okay.
She is more forgiving and understanding than I am, and I love that about her. She is way more tolerant because I am Team Anna, and there's nothing Jack can say to make me change my opinion. So Anna is the person that is amazing and got cheated on.
Best friend's wife.
Best friend's wife.
That's impressive because he's sticking, it's his best friend, but
Yeah.
he made a bad choice and he's like, no, like
No,
right is
yeah,
right,
yeah,
wrong is
yeah.
wrong. Yeah.
Now everything is settled. My wife said that she wanted to invite Jack and his new girlfriend to our place. So the mistress.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Oh,
I don't want her in my
I don't want
house.
her. I want her life to burn.
Exactly.
Well, how what's the timeline? Because is this like 5 years, like it's solid, like we just need to move on, or is this recent?
It
don't
sounds
think
I
so.
think
recent.
it's on the time scale of months.
Okay, now
Absolutely not.
that's a hard pass.
That's
Yeah.
too fresh.
I was very reluctant at first, but my wife insisted that my friendship with Jack is important. We are basically brothers, and we should accept people we love even with their flaws. It made sense, and I trust my wife to always make sense.
She's
the
sweet.
dinner was awkward. I couldn't see past these two cheaters.
I mean, how could you not?
Yeah. And it's like, if she's endorsing these cheaters, is there something, some skeletons?
What's she doing?
Yeah, what's she doing? Some skeletons in the closet.
I think she has a beautiful soul. I think that's very admirable. I don't have that beautiful soul.
Yeah.
But like, if I did that, if I did something like whack, you would tell me, but would you like exile me forever?
We haven't even gotten to a year yet. I would be mad.
I would
need
what is the
space.
grieving period? Like,
I would
how
need
long?
space.
How long?
Well, it sounds like he loves Anna too, like as like a sister. Like his best friend got married to this woman
Yeah.
who he thinks is incredible.
That's true.
You know, he's
Speaks very
talking her
highly of
up.
her.
He's saying that she's so sweet, and his best friend, he's literally saying like messed up royally, and he's choosing Team Anna.
Yeah.
He needs space. He needs some space from Jack.
So, Jack pretending to be happy and Max overexcited over the fact that she won this prize named
I don't like
Jack.
that.
I understood then that things won't be the same, but my wife was right. I love Jack, and that's the most important thing right now. Max talked about her upbringing and the hard life she had growing up. She talked about her future with Jack and all the fun they would have. It dawned on me that she didn't know that they couldn't do half of what she's dreaming on Jack's salary.
Oh.
It dawned on me. And why she is so willing to hurt an innocent woman that way. She had learned to know Jack, who had lived in fancy hotels and drove a fancy car.
That baller lifestyle.
Ding, 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 ding.
Not knowing that he was broke the whole time. When I asked her about their living arrangements, Max said that Jack temporarily is living in a studio apartment until the divorce is settled. Max talked about what she would do with their place, with renovation and redecorating. Well, there's no money for that. The apartment that Anna bought for her family with her hard-earned money, the one she decorated with her husband from scratch to make it their home. I remember how happy and full of dreams she was when she found her dream home. This is Anna talking.
Best friend's
To
wife.
hear Max sitting there talking about how she would use money she never earned to redecorate a home she wasn't entitled to
Wait,
was just crazy.
they're going and she's thinking they're going to move
That's
into
what
their
Max the
home?
mistress thinks.
Yeah, Max the mistress.
Because
thinks-
obviously Jack's letting her think that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
He's not
leaning into
stopping
it.
her.
No, dream big.
And also, Max was making fun of Anna's style and taste. It brought tears to my eyes. Yes, men can get emotional too. Jack has not told Max the truth. Okay, we got to do a breakdown really quick.
Literally would have asked her to leave.
Savage.
Would you?
Right.
All right. So you are OP. You are the author right now. Do you say anything? Do you say, "Hey, I got something to tell you. This guy got no money"? You would say it right there.
I don't know if I would say it right there. I'm not good at confrontational things, especially in front of people. But if I had a moment, just the two of us in the kitchen, I would tell her, and I would
Really?
I'd maybe be a little snarky about it.
What would you say?
I would just very subtly say, "That's not your house," and I would double check where this money is coming from because it's not from Jack.
See,
Very
I think I would
chill.
talk to Jack first. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. I would talk to Jack first, and I would be like, "Okay, bro, like, what's happening here? Because I know the details. You ain't got no money. That's not going to be your house you're staying in. So, like,
Yeah.
what is your play here? Like, are you just feeding this because it's fun, or are you really trying to build a future? Because, like, where?"
Do we make another ultimatum and then say, "Hey, Jack, if you don't tell Max, I will"?
Yeah.
I
That's
think
a good
that's
idea.
I think that's a
Yeah.
great move.
Because that gives him an opportunity to do something. Because he
Yes.
just keeps royally screwing up.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's only going to hurt him and his girlfriend now.
What if Max the mistress makes an ultimatum? Get rich or I'm leaving you.
Yeah, she's about to. Just a guess. It
Yeah.
sounds like she's about to.
Okay, so let's keep going. When they left, Pat and I started discussing our dear friends. I was very surprised when Pat angrily told me that I was cruel and callous for not wanting to enlighten Max about her new situation. My wife thought that Max had a tough life and she deserved to have a good life now. I was taken aback by my wife's logic. I told my wife that I will not tell Max anything, but if she wanted them, be my guest. So if she wanted, I guess, the information. But now I don't understand my wife and I'm turned off by her morals. Anna was a great great friend to my wife, but my wife doesn't seem to give a rat's ass about her. My wife then got very angry and accused me of caring too much about Anna. That's when I ended the discussion because I realized that this was going below the belt.
Damn.
Now she's like, why do you care so much about Anna?
Yeah. Wow. Anna this, Anna that.
Is there like
Right.
a little jealousy going on?
Yeah, but he sounds like a very like knight in shining armor type personality where he's like,
Yeah.
nobody's looking out for her. Like she deserves someone to be like fighting for her.
Yeah.
But I mean, as females, sometimes we get, if you spend too much time talking about a woman, we're like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you care that
But
much?
like in his defense, if he's like, there are people that just only believe in like there has to be justice for someone. And in the end, like Anna's the one who got wronged. And it seems like no one cares because we're here having dinner with the mistress.
Yeah.
Which if I could, I would love to say, I don't know why they didn't have dinner with just Jack first.
Yeah.
Like there should have been like the way Taryn was like, oh, if I had done that, what would you have done? I wouldn't have wanted to see the mistress.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted to be in their
It's
presence
like,
at
hey,
all.
I don't want to
Because
condone this
I
relationship.
do love
Yeah.
Taryn,
Yeah.
and I'm team Taryn no matter what, and I will be there for her.
Thanks.
But I don't want to fucking have dinner
yeah.
next to the
Max
piece of
the
trash.
mistress.
Yeah, and it's like homewrecker, you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want that at all. So I'm shocked they didn't do that first.
So now we're about to get into like a juicy update. This original post was from July 10th, 2023. This is from December 3rd,
I'm
2023.
sitting on the edge of my seat.
Okay, I'm excited.
So-
The next saga.
Edge of my seat.
Continue.
Okay, so remember when we were all like, oh, if guys like talking too much about some other woman, maybe there's something going on.
Shut up. I knew
This
it.
is
I
the
felt
title.
it.
Update. I have fallen in love with my best friend's ex-wife.
I knew it. I knew it.
My previous post here opened up my eyes. Thank you.
You guys just broke up a marriage.
Whoa. We are the messengers. Don't shoot us.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Holy crap! So the
I kind of
wife
saw
was
this.
right.
Yeah.
So
They usually
this
are.
is so convoluted, but I will try my best to make it make sense. Be patient with me. Okay, so about my wife, Pat. Sometimes you think you know the person you fell in love with and you're married to, but then something serious happens and your relationship stands in a trial, something divisive, and you find yourself standing on the opposite sides. You start wondering about the person you chose to create a life with and wonder why you love them when they're so different from you. You realize that you were probably in love with the version of them that you created in your head. We had a lot of discussions, Pat and I, so Pat the wife, about how I felt about her new friendship with Jack and Max, and she ignored my disdain for what they'd done. I understand that people fall in and out of love and they move on, but then other people and their surroundings also should have feelings or opinions about these decisions. Nobody is right or wrong. Pat's approach was very non-judgmental, which is obviously very admirable, but I think I found myself on the opposite side, while Pat insisted on inviting Jack and Max, forming new friendships with them. So Pat, again, taking the side of Jack and the mistress, and OP kind of taking the side of Anna. The more I hung out with my former best friend and his mistress, the more I disliked them and realized they are not the kind of people I want in my life. And by extension, the more I disliked my wife, Pat. Our disagreements got more intense and more frequent. I told Pat that this wasn't working out for me anymore, and she accused me of choosing a pathetic loser over our marriage.
That's mean.
That's a little cruel.
Right?
She
been
got
through enough.
cheated on.
Truly.
Freaking
She's
harsh,
going
Pat.
through a divorce.
Of course, she's entitled to believe whatever she wants. That was not my reason, according to me. And the truth is probably something in between.
Very
think about-
self-aware.
Yeah,
OP.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, this is like a very non-judgmental analysis of
Yeah.
what has gone on. But what do you think about the wife just like throwing out that judgment? Because she doesn't sound like in that moment, it feels maybe it's the jealousy getting
But
involved.
also, I don't think that's her voice. I think that's Jack and the mistress's voice because she's been hanging out a lot with them. And
Right.
I guarantee they're talking trash about Anna. So now that's become like her narrative, I feel like, too.
Right.
That's a good
That's
point.
a great point.
It could be
Yeah.
just planting seeds of like, oh, this is why, it was so much better for me to leave Anna
Yeah.
because of
If
this
she-
and that.
And if she's been picking up on the fact that her husband might have feelings for Anna, then that's just feeding a fire that's already going on, right?
Nuclear gasoline.
So she's like, yeah, I agree with that because I feel like he likes her.
right.
Oof.
So now we're going to dive into Jack and Max. We just covered Pat, going to Jack and Max. Pat told Max and Mistress that Jack, my best friend, is actually not the one with the money, like he had been pretending. And while he is probably not going to be totally empty-handed in the divorce settlement, it won't be the amount that would allow all the dreams and plans she's made, especially when Anna is getting full custody.
Oh.
So the news is out. The can of worms is out of the can.
Keeping the money and the kids.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is she was like telling her husband, you're not being a good friend to Jack. You got to be loyal to Jack. But then she's the one that goes against Jack and tells the mistress that he does. Like, make it make sense.
Maybe in a weird way, that is the best thing for the relationship, to just have everything on the table. So maybe she's like, I want Max and Jack to be together so there can be no secrets between.
You know what's weird? I feel like she's riding for Max the Mistress the hardest.
She is.
Kind of,
right?
Because didn't she say something like she's already been through a lot?
She's been through so much.
She did.
We just let her have like.
She's been a mistress.
Whoa.
She has. You're more sensitive to situations that you have firsthand knowledge. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If that is not a reading the tea leaves.
That is a
I'm just saying.
I think we got a little conspiracy going on. Oh, yeah. I might be putting on my tinfoil hat.
8+4, Sherlock.
Thank you.
So this put a big wedge between Jack and Max, the truth of the situation, and they have been on and off again since the revelation. Jack has expressed a lot of disgust and repulsion towards Max, so I really don't understand this relationship and why these two miserable people stay together, nor do I want to understand they disgust me and I am done with them. And finally, about Anna. When she heard about my separation from my wife, so I guess OP wife,
Yeah.
Done.
fully getting separated, she reached out to both of us. She said that since she's gone through something similar, she wanted to offer support and love.
What a gem.
What an angel.
See? She was great the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said that she knew what we were going through. Wow, that's a classy move. We started talking on the phone and texting. Now almost daily, I have met up with her and on a few occasions for dinners. I find myself thinking about her all the time. And when I wake up in the morning, I go directly to my phone to see if she has sent me a good morning text. And I know my day will be just fine when I find one.
Oh, that's cute.
That's beautiful.
Not sure if this is love or if I'm falling for her. Not sure if pursuing anything with her is wise. I've not told anyone about these feelings except all of us.
Except everyone.
The internet.
And I'm not sure I ever will. I just know that I love having her in my life. She is a great friend, and maybe I shouldn't ruin this beautiful friendship with this beautiful woman because of some desires. So before we go into some relevant comments, should OP shoot a shot and take
We
a
need
chance?
some unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Let me roll up my sleeves.
This
Not
is-
yet.
This is that time in the relationship that's delicate. I think she's gone through stuff. I think he's gone through stuff. If he were to jump into anything with Anna whatsoever, Anna's just going to be like, too much is going on with you.
Yeah.
Too much is going on with me. This feels like a rebound. I don't like that. She has kids involved.
Yep.
We don't want rebounds when kids crossing. That sounds messy. I guarantee it would be overwhelming for both of them. I'm not saying it doesn't have to happen or it can't happen. It just needs time.
How much time, you think?
At least a year.
I would say at least because like you don't want to like
At the very
trauma
least.
bond and
Yeah.
like build on that. Like I feel like you need some separation. Obviously they both adore each other as people. So I don't think that's false. But I think that if your person's meant to be your person, a little time is not going to take away from that. So I think they need to let the dust clear, let it all move, because what they could build could be beautiful. And you don't want it to be built around the scandal of like, oh, well, they liked each other the whole time. Like let some
Distance
of the
yourself from
It's
that.
a classy, respectful move to give her space and honestly to give yourself space. And it puts you both in a better place foundationally to build a relationship.
What do you think OP will do?
I think he's going to shoot a shot.
He's going to shoot it, but he does see like he's like, I don't want to ruin our friendship. So I feel like his head's in a good place.
I like
He's
that he
trying to
hasn't
be
told
respectful.
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that he hasn't told anyone. That makes it even better. So I think I could see him going through and saying something, but like he could hint at stuff and not like actually present like, hey, like I feel like we should get together or something
Or
like
like
that.
keep building the friendship,
Keep building
right?
that.
Like
Like,
being
keep
there
being
supporting.
there for her. Yeah.
It already seems somewhat like they're going into dating arenas with these like
Dinners?
Yeah.
Good
and
morning texts.
morning time.
I mean, that
every
is
day.
so flirty. Like,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
boyfriend
yeah.
girlfriend stuff.
Well,
at
if
the
they're
very
already
least.
there, maybe having some kind of conversation would be helpful of being like, hey,
what's going
I
on?
adore you and I want to be there for you. And I would love to like have a beautiful relationship right now. And then maybe we can see where this goes after some time.
In a year
So that
or whatever.
it's clear
Yeah.
that like he has feelings for her and he can make that clear. And I feel like she might actually appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that she knows what's going on with him. And then they can like plan on possibly seeing it through later on in the future.
But 100% they both have feelings for each other.
It seems like
I've
it.
never sent daily good morning text to someone I wasn't interested in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why he texts me good morning.
I was just going to say.
So, relevant comment. So, D Nina 1292 says, I remember your first post, the one we read previously, and I remember how I didn't like how your wife responded to the whole cheating and becoming friends with the mistress as you painted it. So, before you pull the trigger on possibly blowing up 2 friendships, going further, if that's what Anna wants, make sure you're divorced first. But other than that, live your life how you want. You only live once. As far as your former friend, misery loves company. Those two deserve each other. And then OP responds, that's what I'm planning to do. I have no plans on confessing to Anna, and I honestly don't even know what she feels about me. What I know is that I'm glad that we are friends again, and I think she is too. I feel like there's definitely feelings. I think
there are feelings.
But you know what? I think it goes to, OP's very respectable behavior of like, I do not want to assume that she has feelings. I feel like that's maybe where it's
Which is
from.
classy.
Very
I love
classy.
that.
And then Mobile Different says, yeah, I don't know why everyone's mad. Your wife was basically supporting cheating. You're not even cheating. You separated and a friendship bloomed because of it. Birds of a feather flock together, AKA if my partner wanted to be friends with a cheater and their mistress, I'd assume they'd want a mistress of their own. And then OP said, not even supporting cheating, totally ignoring and dismissing my feelings that I didn't want to hang out with Jack and Max. It became like a statement from her that these people are in our lives. I never took any contact with Anna because I knew my wife didn't want that. One simple no was enough. She didn't spare me the same decency anyway.
Dang. That's
a
that's
solid
like
point.
that's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Before we do the full post breakdown, we have a little bit more additional info from OP regarding his wife.
I'm so excited.
I know.
The thing is, Jack changed a whole lot too. It wasn't only the questionable morality of having an affair, and I don't know if he always has been this way, but he never needed to show his true colors because he was married and a brilliant woman who made him better. So like basically it's like, I always thought maybe he was like a great guy because maybe he's married.
Like Anna.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in fact, the affair did change him. He is moronic, bitter, angry all the time, so very disrespectful of everything and everyone. He called Anna the mother of his children, awful word I won't repeat, and even his new girlfriend. He calls her a disgusting gold digger, homewrecker, loser, and ugly, sometimes to her face in front of us, making me nauseated and very uncomfortable. He hasn't seen his children since Anna made it clear that they would never get back together. Never once did he say he misses his children. Even I miss them greatly, probably more than him. And Pat has seen all these changes and it doesn't bother her. Pat, the wife. Not even a little. What she told me was that he will have more children with his new girlfriend.
Wait. Oh my gosh. This is next level.
I remember
Next
the
level
fight we
tea.
had after this conversation. I never really recovered from it. It is true what they say that people show their true colors when time is bad. And that is the last bit of information we have about this story.
It's crazy he's like angry and bitter and all this stuff when he's the one that caused everything. He erupted. He's the volcano that made a big mess. And he's mad at everyone else.
And he created the facade of wealth. Like it's his fault that she thought he had money.
Literally. That's
So
what
it's
I was going to say. It's very like gaslighting, like to call her all these negative things. Like you're only into me for money when she's just like, no, I thought we had like this life planned and now you're telling me it's not. Like, why are we not going to address
He was
that?
lying. I'm mad about you lying.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, we don't know the exact details, but it could have totally been. At first we were like, oh, he's omitting, but what if he was hamming it up and like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this, and maybe that's where Max got all these ideas from of like, you know what I'm saying?
That
Like, I feel
makes
like it's
more sense.
very reasonable.
That makes way more sense because who would just assume that we're going to move into your old house
And redecorate.
Yeah, right?
That's ballsy as hell. So maybe he gave her that idea.
Probably.
I got it.
Conspiracy.
Remember, after Anna the wife wouldn't take him back, he's like, okay, now I go back to you. Maybe he was using that as a way to convince her to get back and be in a relationship
like
with him.
chess piece.
He's
And
like,
now he's bitter.
listen, baby.
Yeah, it didn't work
I know
out.
it didn't. I know it didn't work. I know it feels like I'm coming back to you, but I'm gonna give you this beautiful home. We're gonna redecorate. What is your dream vision? I'm gonna give it to you, baby.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, we're like the kids thing. Like we're teetering on like a little bit of like sociopath because like how do you care about your children until your wife is like we're never getting back together and then you're like okay
never see you again, never talk to you.
Insane.
Like,
Could
that's
never
nuts
imagine.
to me. Like, I think he's showing so much of himself, which is why OP is like, I don't, like, you're not the person that I knew. So it's not even like he's going against his friend. Like, his friend no longer, RIP, your old friend. Like, he's not there anymore.
Yeah. I think where it ended is honestly the best.
Yeah.
That it could. Like everyone showed their true colors, and the bad people went with the bad people, and the good people stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what it
Good
seems
wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of wholesome ending,
Kind of,
sort of, maybe.
But John, do you have another story for me?
I do.
Hell yeah. These stories are great.
Oh, we brought the tea. I told my friend that she should have predicted that her husband would cheat on her. Am I the a-hole?
I think that's a little a-holy.
Sounds a
That's
little
my final answer.
A-holy.
Yeah, like, you're
agree.
cheating. I predict. Kind of an abrasive thing.
Is she a prophet?
yeah.
Abrasive thing
How
to
does she
say
know
to
this?
someone. Yeah, I feel like it's a little victim blaming. Where
Yes,
it's
yeah,
a little bit.
Oh yeah, you should have known that he was cheating. How
It's
could
your
you
own
be
fault.
so silly? That's your own fault.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more Sherlock. Get the freaking magnifying glass.
Well, y'all, there's only one way to find out.
Spell that tea!
And this comes from Real Basil 8487. They say, background. I, 35 female, was friends with Julia, 35 female, and Alex, 34 male. We have been friends since college, but our tiny group expanded from 3 to 7. This story is about my friend Julia and my friend Alex. 2 years ago, we all came to know that my friend Alex was having an affair with a married man. Her excuse was that he was unhappy, and that is why he was seeking outside validation.
Alex just wanted to give him some
That's an excuse.
She's like a therapist.
She's just offering that up just to make sure you had
definitely
that.
a 2 on the Enneagram.
No.
I advised my friend Anna to stop it.
Stop being the homewrecker.
And that this is not healthy because he will not leave his wife. My friend Alex, she didn't listen, rather accused me of being a bad friend to her. All of my friends are against it, but to them it was quote unquote, not my monkey, not my circus.
Fascinating.
So I contacted the wife and told her everything.
Oh my gosh.
Did not.
I knew who the wife was because the married man once introduced us. And now everyone in my friend group has turned against me, especially my friend Julia, because she thinks that I have betrayed my friends. We have to stop right here.
That's a
and
lot.
break this down a little bit. Can we get some unsolicited advice on what's going on here?
That's a ballsy move to take that on yourself.
Yeah, do you
Like,
think
to
that
take
was the
that
right move?
power.
It's one of those things that, again, I land on what, like, you treat others how you would like to be treated. Like, if I was being cheated on and just thinking I'm like in love and in a great marriage, would I want to know? Would I care how I found out? No, I just want to know.
Right.
But then if you look on her end, like, she doesn't even know the other person. Like, it is a lot to, like, put yourself in. So, like, are you just doing that because you love the drama and you want to be involved? Or are you genuinely trying to just do the right thing?
Honestly,
make it to Pivot Tea.
it's not. It doesn't feel like her place at
Yeah.
all. It feels very much like I'm now making this about me, and I'm becoming a star player in this whole thing, and I'm going to save the whole situation and make it all about her, and it has nothing to do with her.
It should
Yeah.
come from the people within the relationship.
That is
And
like-
1,000%.
Yeah.
It's not a third wheel. This isn't
Yeah.
an open relationship.
My friend Julia stopped talking to me because if I can betray a close friend of mine, then I can betray her as well.
Valid.
My other friend Alex was heartbroken because the married man decided that he wanted to work on his marriage. So
Oh,
he
of course
broke
he
things
did.
off with a friend
Of
Alex.
course he
always
did.
do.
Because
Surprise,
he's married.
surprise. How the turntables turn. My friend Julia was with my other friend Alex, and I was shunned from our friend group.
Yeah.
What happened now? A few weeks ago, I got a call from my friend Julia. She was crying and telling me that Alex betrayed her. Turns out Alex had been having an affair with Julia's husband.
She's just getting around, isn't she?
Alex is, yeah, she's slanging that thing.
I mean, jeez.
And Julia said that she was heartbroken because she was so supportive of her, and this is how Alex repays her. Even our friend group is still divided. I was angry at that moment. I mean, she ignored me for 2 years, badmouthed me, said that I was wrong. I literally warned her that Alex was toxic. So I told her, what could she expect coming from Alex?
Right. I mean,
So 2 years
she's
have
gonna
gone
cheat
by.
again. Yeah.
2
Since the
years have now
first
gone by since the
cheating.
first one, and now
Not like that's better, but in my head, this all happened really fast.
Wait, so just so I
Break it
understand. So Alex cheated with the married man.
yeah,
And then
outside of the
Alex
friend group.
stole, then cheated
Julia.
with Julia's
Julia's
husband.
husband.
Okay.
OP has been shunned because she told
She was the
Alex's
original
husband's
outer.
mistress
Yes.
what was going on. And
Okay.
now OP
I get it now.
saying, Julia, what did you expect?
Yes.
Yes.
She is someone what will she steals husbands.
She's
Yeah.
a husband
She's a
stealer.
husband
Alex
stealer.
the
Husband stealer.
That
Alex
is-
the husband stealer.
That's your new name, Alex. Here we
Kind
go.
of sounds like a WWE. Like,
So, I mean, did she really think that she will show loyalty towards you when she already did something immoral before?
no.
I knew the moment she made excuses for having the affair with a married man, her morals were compromised. I am not religious, but I do have a minimum amount of respect towards other people and their feelings. And suffice to say, I am not surprised that she went after her husband. I now do think that I went too far originally in basically outing the original.
Which we kind of
cheating
all
scandal.
agreed that
Yeah.
was a little bit not her place.
Yeah.
Not her monkey. I love that saying. I've never not her circus. I love that.
This is because some of my other friends said that I was too harsh on her. Even if I said what was the truth, I should have been more sensitive because she is going through a divorce. I sympathize with Julia. So now she's talking about how she went back to Julia and was like, what did you expect?
Yeah.
When Julia's now going through all of this
So
hardship.
this is now we're getting to the original title. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
What did you expect?
Yeah.
She was a
Yes.
cheater once. She's gonna cheat again.
Exactly. I do sympathize with my friend Julia, but I also feel like as friends, sometimes we need to tell them the harsh truth. I
agree
know
with that.
I said all of this when I was angry, but a part of me says that she just needed to hear that. Was I wrong? We have some relevant questions, comments that we're going to get into, but now that we have more context,
Yeah. I'm
ready.
was OP wrong?
Okay. I will say, yes, I do think so. Just because, like, if Ash does something stupid after I told her not to do it and she's like brokenhearted about it, like that's validating me to go in and be like, well, I told you, like you shouldn't have done that. Whereas if
point.
I'm looking at her as a friend, I'm going to sympathize with her. And then if we want to then talk about it, I could be like, well, like you kind of had like some signs in there, but that doesn't need to be the first thing that comes out of your mouth. You can just like support your friend.
Totally.
I feel like,
That's a great point. It's kind of self-serving.
even though it's valid, what she said
Even though
is
it's
true,
true.
but you don't always have to say what's true or else you will have no friends.
Yeah.
I think that kind of like coincides with how she overreacted the first time and going and telling the mistress. I feel like she's
a truth teller.
she really loves justice and she really loves proving, she loves evidence. She loves like proving herself
She's the
right.
one on the Enneagram.
I think she's very right and wrong. And I think I understand the desire to say, I told you so, especially after being shunned for that long. But again, unnecessary to go and tell the mistress, unnecessary to bring that up when your friend just got hurt like that.
Yes. And that actually leads right into this relevant comment. This comes from Ben DB. Was there really any benefit to telling her, I told you so? It does seem a little petty.
Yeah, very petty.
Yeah.
OP says, I agree. It was petty because at that moment I was angry. She ostracized me for telling the wife the truth and breaking Alex's relationship because friends should stick together. And she took part in justifying the affair. I was just enraged by her hypocrisy. So
To be fair, though, like it wasn't a good move to tell the wife.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
again,
I understand the
yeah.
anger. I understand
Yeah.
that watching that hypocrisy and being like enraged by that, but like that's still not your relationship
It's
to
not
go.
the time.
It's not your place.
I think OP was feeling like wanting to get vengeance after because it seems like Julia was kind of the one that really orchestrated kicking OP out of the friend group
Yeah.
2 years ago. So she's now like, now I get my chance to like twist the
But
knife.
see, what you did wrong is you can stand up and like yell to everyone who a person is, but it's so much louder if you sit back and let that person reveal who they are. So like she should have just sat in that victory and been like, there are true colors and I'm going to wait till you guys come and apologize to me for like her being who she is. Like then she didn't have to justify anything. She could have just sat back and like let justice do its own thing, you know?
Talk that talk, Taryn.
Talk that talk, Taryn.
Talk it.
Thanks.
That was beautifully said.
Yeah, truly. Wow. God. Incredible guest. So much fun. Subscribe now. Well, gang, we have another juicy update.
Oh, I love the update.
Are we ready?
Yes.
It's like a third person in the friend group.
Out of nowhere.
Julia and Alex are dating now.
Dun, dun, dun.
My God.
And they're cheating on each other. Update. I have read many of your comments. First of all, I want to make one thing clear about this, that I do not regret telling the wife about the affair.
Really?
I do not think I did the wrong thing. My friend was doing something bad and sociopathic, in my opinion. She happily contributed to destroying a family, knowing the man she was dating was a married man. I know the blame should be on him, but she also needs to take accountability of her actions. If I was getting cheated on, I would want to know.
Yeah.
So I guess the wife also wanted to know. I know a lot of you shamed me, but just know that I do not care.
Love that.
I mean, if you're gonna make a bold move, you might as well stand
on business.
I think it's like morally the right thing to do,
Truth,
but it lacks like social tact.
Relationally, it's a little.
100%.
I'm not shocked her friends were like,
Yo, what are you doing? You explosive girl.
Just buy some magazines, do a little ransom note,
Yeah,
and
there
send
you
it,
go.
and then you're not involved.
why did we have
like
to
that
tell?
idea.
Why did we have to tell?
Ransom notes.
I did speak to my friend Julia and said that I was sorry. I shouldn't have punched her while she was down when she is already going through some stuff.
Yep.
I did not want to add to it. I know a lot of you have told me to just cut her off, but I realized that I was too harsh on her, even if what she did 2 years ago was wrong. But she came to me because she needed a friend. I can sympathize with her in her tough times. She just went on and on about how she felt betrayed by Alex, the cheater, when she always defended her, even when her own parents disowned her over it.
Oh snap!
Wait, Alex's parents disowned her?
Julia's parents. So Julia kept defending.
Julia's parents disowned her for supporting Alex?
Apparently.
I don't understand that.
No way. No, it's gotta be Alex's parents, right?
Even when her own
I think
parents.
her is Alex.
I think her is Alex.
Yeah, she just went
yeah,
on.
I think
But she
Alex
felt betrayed
is,
by Alex, and she always defended her, even when her own parents divorced
Yeah,
her.
so even when Alex. So yeah, that
When
makes more
Alex's
sense.
parents.
Okay.
Alex's
Yeah, I'm
parents
like,
were like,
Wow.
golly, which version of the truth do we go with?
I'm just imagining your mom and dad calling me and being like, "We disown you."
She's done. No contact. Divorce. We have a divorce chant, which we may or may not be able to use here.
Divorce.
So, just out of curiosity, I asked Julia if she plans to divorce her husband or to work things out. Quick bets. Go around the table. Ashley,
Divorce.
divorce?
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be juicier if she's trying to work it out.
Okay, so stay.
So I'm gonna.
I think she should divorce.
Oh, should yeah.
Should divorce for sure. Is she going to?
What do you think?
I'm gonna say no because she was so supportive of Alex.
Damn.
And I think that
You're
is
right.
like indicative of maybe her
character.
giving, her character, and like maybe she wants to give second chances to
Yeah.
cheaters.
I think I'm going to improve this segment. I'm going to need y'all to divorce chant, and then I will reveal the answer.
Okay.
Are you ready? Start us off, Sam.
Divorce.
Oh.
She's getting divorced.
Woo!
There we go.
I love that for you, Julia.
There we go.
I like when people make good decisions.
Yeah.
Right?
Same.
So now Julia's husband is begging her for another chance.
Of course he is.
They always do.
Babe, I promise I'll be better. And he even said that he will cut off all contacts with the cheating friend Alex with the offer of opening up their marriage on her end.
So it's like, I had my pass.
Yeah.
Why don't you have yours? And then we'll
Exactly.
call it even.
Why don't you get a hall pass?
Tit for tat.
And then we're fair and
Honestly? No, I'm just kidding.
Seems fair.
That seems like it would not work at all.
But Julia is headstrong on her divorce. She did ask for my forgiveness, and I did forgive her. But I still do not want anything to do with her, even though they've both forgived each other. I do feel sorry for her and hope that she finds peace, but our friendship will never be restored to its old glory.
Wait, Julia
And
OP.
And
Julia.
okay, yeah.
No longer
Okay.
friends, but they have forgiven each other.
I mean, if you have years of being exiled, that's a lot to
That's a lot,
bounce
yeah.
back to
From.
get over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were like trying to do the right thing the whole time.
Yeah.
She said that she understands, and this is probably her karma and God punishing her. She's quite religious.
I feel like God's busy with other things.
Yeah, right.
He's got more important things
you,
to do.
Julia.
You will be hated.
No friends. And your husband will cheat on you with your best friend. So, That's the end. I hope she takes him to the cleaners. And from the grapevines, I heard that the cheater Alex has been shunned from my former friend group because now they're afraid that she might go after him.
I would be
she
too.
has a pattern.
Imagine she goes all 7, 2 down, 5 to go.
It must feel
Gotta
really
catch
good
'em
for
all.
OP to be able to like look back and be like, yeah,
I made the right decision.
I understand
and that's
the
why
wanting
she
to say, I
didn't
told
need
you
to
so.
say anything.
Yeah.
That's why she could have had like the most beautiful justice, just like
Poured herself a
watching.
glass of wine and been like, yep.
Watch the fire explode.
You don't say.
Michael Jackson popcorn meme. And as for the cheater Alex, I do believe that she is a sociopath who enjoys breaking up families.
She has to be.
shit,
She
yeah.
has to be.
I don't think any amount of exposing her is going to work on her because she has no shame. She deliberately goes after married and committed men. And I am glad that I cut ties with her way before she could go and get to me. That's it. Have a great life. Stay away from all of the Alexes
Yeah.
of this world.
Yeah.
And we do have a few relevant comments to close this out, but
Have you met anyone like that like only goes after like married men or people in relationships?
Not like I've met people who are in those situations, and I feel like it always. Every time a human fails in an area that you're like, that's common sense, there's something in their childhood or past that like has created some type of damage. It does not justify it.
right, for sure.
But usually the people that I've seen in those scenarios, the more I learn about them, the more I'm like,
It all
I
goes back.
get why this is an area where you would like get trapped in, if that makes sense.
I've never met anyone like that.
yeah, I've never
And I
known.
thank God every day that I've never met anyone like
Thanks,
that.
big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Just wait until you get married.
So, on to some relevant comments. Blue Green 1956 says, if I was getting cheated on, I would want to know. So I guess the wife wanted to know. So they're responding to that quote. This is the classic Reddit response. Everyone should think the way I do, and if I would want to know, then everyone else would want to know. I am simply the messenger, not 1 ounce of accountability for your own actions as usual. So coming for OP. OP responds, what accountability? Are you dumb? Why should I take accountability when I did nothing wrong? I told the truth. If you are a doormat enough that you would not want to know the truth about your husband's affair, that's on you. You want
Doormat.
doormat.
Not the
You
doormat.
want to accept your spouse cheating on you? Well, that's on you. Most of us sane people would like to be informed.
Okay,
She's
you know
bringing the
what?
heat on this
You know
one.
what? OP is one of those people that you like have to pull aside and be like, that
Take a
was
breath.
a little bit harsh.
Take a breath.
Like,
Yeah.
let's
Tone it
work
down.
on how we
Yeah.
we can socially say that in like a kind way. Like,
Opie's got that dog in
She's
her.
going for
she
the
is.
throat.
She
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is.
She believes in justice.
Yeah.
But that's what, like, both of those things are true. Like, I would want to know. I wouldn't care. Like, I would hate if someone could have told me and I went months without knowing and, like, giving this person my all. I would want to know. Both of those things are true.
It just could have been
Yeah.
handled
It's
differently.
like, if Ash was in that situation as her friend, I'm going to strongly encourage her to do so. But I don't know if I would go, like, 3 steps away from
But it's like
the
we said, that's when you
situation.
present an option for them,
Yeah.
an ultimatum
Yeah.
of being like, hey, like as your friend, what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
And I will be doing this at the end of the week if you don't do it yourself, you know, like giving them an opportunity
Yeah.
to take control.
Which also I think like being able to say something that because it's for most people it's hard to go to a friend, someone you love, and be like, you are wrong.
Yeah.
Like I need to hold you accountable. Like that's a hard
It
thing
doesn't
to
seem
do.
hard for OP though.
Hey,
This seems like it comes natural.
Opie's
Yeah.
got that dog in her.
That's a Tuesday night. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
what are you talking about? She's sipping wine right in these comments. She's excited.
Ooh. So we got one more from Invite Additional 8463. Julie deserves it. End of story.
Oh,
She helped an affair for her friend and got exactly what she deserved for her troubles. She is the poster child for why you don't help people do immoral and unethical things. The only smart thing that Julie is doing is getting a divorce and admitting to what she did wrong. She needs to figure out why she helped Alex in the first place. OP responds, basically the female version of bros before hoes. Like she wanted to put her friend first.
That's where that commenter should those are our inside voice thoughts that we keep to ourselves. Like we should
was
probably
mean.
not share that out loud because that is a little bit harsh.
that's very harsh.
Yeah. I would check your meter for what we say out
But
loud.
it sounds like that commenter and like OP would probably be good friends.
It
Yeah.
does,
Yeah, I
actually.
think they,
Y'all should
would
get
get
coffee.
along.
Very
Yeah.
black.
They would be unstoppable.
They would be very confident.
We are forced to be reckoned
They
with.
are the Justice League. Yeah.
So,
Jeez.
we've finished the story.
Okay.
I want to know, we're zooming out. We're going big picture here. Of all of the decisions that OP has made throughout this entire saga, are we on OP is the a-hole or is OP not the a-hole? All considered.
I'm going to go OP's not the a-hole. I think OP could have handled things differently.
Yeah.
But I think she was right the whole time. Sorry.
No, she's the one who told you said you don't like that.
I keep saying she. I was trying to fix that.
OP.
Yeah.
You can say OP for
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think OP's the a-hole. I think OP was simply telling the truth, and I think OP was doing what was right. I think it could have been handled differently, but I don't think OP's an a-hole for that.
Taryn.
I think that I can see why her first decision to tell was like not the best move as a friend. But I also think like she did what she thought was right, but you also have to deal with the consequences that come with that. Like if your friend group's gonna like exile you for that, like that's the risk you took of making like a big move. I do think she's insensitive. Like I don't think she should have said that, but I feel like in this point, like she's been hurt and she's like, I don't really care. Cause even like the Julia coming saying, I'm sorry, like for what I did. And she's like, well, I don't care. Like that's
Harsh.
What's been done has been done. So I feel like, there are some a-hole tendencies I have been seeing, but I don't know. I think she really thought she was doing the right thing and everything. But I think that it was maybe done in ways that could have been better.
I think she could have sent the same
I'm trying
message
to be, like,
and
gentle.
better
Right,
wrapping.
yeah.
Like she just needed to put like a pretty little bow to make it a little easier to digest instead of just slapping across.
There was some overstepping. There was some harsh words. So I think it could have, the delivery could have been done in a completely different way.
Totally.
I might go a little contrarian because,
Uh-oh.
okay, most a-holes don't think they're being the a-hole. They think they're like
That's true.
probably serving justice. Yeah. Like I don't think that OP is doing something that is against their like morals. And I think they're acting very much within morals. But I think what makes you an a-hole is how you deliver truth
Yeah, that's
and
true.
advice. And because of how OP has delivered truth in the story and in the comments, I would say I'm getting a lot of a-hole vibes.
That's
What
true.
if there was something that OP felt like I need to deliver justice, but was not just?
Was not just in the justice delivered. Like kind of
As
like
in like what if there was something where in OP's perspective is like this, in this case, at least OP was pushing for like the truth
Good.
and a good, pushing for good. Right? Listen, OP's got some powers, okay? What if they use it for evil?
well, then they're obviously like very much the a-hole.
Right.
Then they're a bad person and an a-hole. But I think you could be I actually think you could be a good person and an a-hole.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Totally.
And
You're
it-
really selling me on this.
Right?
Go.
Well, that's
wow.
it. Yeah,
Fate
like
skills coming
I
in.
feel like that's like where my dilemma was. Is like technically she didn't do the wrong thing because it's like
Someone had to tell
someone
her. She
had
had to
to
find
know.
out.
Yeah.
But like in all of the delivery, but that's true. Like if you can't deliver things in a way that's like not going to hurt the people you care about, then like where's the
Someone who tells the truth all the time to everyone is an a-hole, generally.
In general. Actually,
general.
yeah.
Brutal. We have it all
Solid
the time.
point.
It's people being brutally
Yeah, and
honest.
they
Yeah.
hide
Yeah.
behind honesty as a way to just like
No,
neglect
yeah.
someone's feelings.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. If this was your close friend circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a great perspective.
But I
Yeah.
would love to know what everyone else in the comments thinks.
Same.
You may agree, disagree. Put your answers below. We really want to know.
Absolutely. And thank you both so much.
Thank
Ashley.
you.
You just over-delivered
Oh, so
on
good.
this episode.
So good. You should go check out their
Stories
show
were so
for sure.
good.
Oh,
Thank
thank you.
you.
I
Yeah.
literally just,
I was like,
I'm like, I need to know what's going on.
Now we're gonna put all the links down below, but what's the best place for people to go to find unsolicited advice?
We are on every platform you can listen to podcasts, and our socials are Unsolicited Advice Pod.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Follow
it.
us there?
Yeah, follow us
There
there.
we go.
If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And
see you tomorrow.